Welcome back to Expedition Jack. Today I want to share with you the specific backpack that I actually chose to take with me on my Brazilian expedition, and that was to go and wild camp and film this full-on series in the Brazilian jungle. It was humid, it was wet, it was, well, sporadically wet, on and off. This really did the trick. So it is actually a 40 litre water sports dry pack from Lomo. It is quite heavy duty, mind, so bear that in mind. It's quite heavy duty material that it's made out of, the same kind that kayak waterproof bags are made out of, canoe bags. And it's just that it's amazing that it's integrated into a backpack style, and that's exactly what I love it for. So the overall bag and the straps in particular I think is very thoughtfully designed, because I can carry the amount of weight that I carry with all my kit in the top of this pack, with all my camp kit as well, and clothes and everything. You need some good sturdy straps so it's not going to just fall off your back and not dig into you. So there's a good sternum strap, which I love because they always used to go out here on backpacks without a sternum strap, and then it's got a waist strap, hip strap, which you can all tighten up, and then it's got these great little elastic loops all over to keep it in place. If you're actually thinking of what this thing is, this is actually my GoPro mount that I like to put on any backpack that I'm wearing, and just to show you that this works perfectly fine with this backpack, and I use this all the time in the Brazilian series, and you'll see that soon. And it just sits there nice perfectly, very sturdy, very stable. So this is the backpack. As you can see, I've actually strapped my axe, my really long axe to it. This is the Holterfor's, I think it's trekking axe. So as you can see, it goes on there quite well. It's not really designed for this big axe, by the way. This is just an extreme test, because this axe resembles the amount of weight that I would take on my tripod and the length of the tripod. But it's just to show you that they've actually gone that one step further and designed it with loops on the outside of the pack. And they are designed firstly as axe loops if you want to take this in the winter sort of environment and climb those all important ice cliffs. But I'm not going to be doing that. No. I'm not that experienced in that way. Maybe one day I'll try and film a series. But it's just nice that it's got that on a dry bag, a dry pack, because of the way a dry bag has to be designed. So to make sure that the seams are watertight, they've actually welded them together. And they've done a very, very clever thing, a very clever trick, where they've heat sealed some extra bits on top of the bag, the outside of the bag, to add more exterior functionality to the pack, which is absolutely fantastic in my book, because yeah, sometimes I may want to carry an axe, but normally I would carry it actually inside the bag, as we're in the UK and you don't really want to be seen as a murderer. Anyway, what I found them most useful for is actually carrying my tripod, especially filming the Brazilian series. All of my kit I carried was in this pack, and it actually expands a bit more than this. I've just filled it out with enough gear to give you a good, well-rounded size of the pack and what it can take. I've actually put way more gear in than what I normally take, because I actually pack quite light normally. But what I like to normally use the loops on the exterior for are to carry my well trusty sturdy tripod, which is normally bigger than most, and it's a pain to put in and pull out of a bag, because you have to normally take a few things out to get it out and get it in. It just makes your whole workflow that much quicker and easier. Now, one negative about this pack is that it's a top loader, but that's how they're gonna be. There is another bag designed with an actual waterproof zip, but I don't know how much I would trust that with all that electrical equipment in there. And it was just ridiculously expensive, where this pack is actually really, really affordable. Anyone can go out there and buy it, and it's such good quality that I've found from use in the Brazilian jungle. And I've taken it places, and I've put it to the test in the rain with all my expensive kit in it and it survived. However, you don't have to fuss about with all the little dry bags that you normally do with, say, like my Osprey backpack, that it's not waterproof at all. It's the most lightweight thing you could actually get, which is amazing for hiking. However, it's just all that faffing about with all the little items and the little bags in there. Where this is like, I can just shove everything in and know it's protected. Even if I like drop it in a bloody lake or a river, or go through a waterfall. Oh, Jack, we've got to go through this waterfall or go through this bloody river, monsoon season. Oh God, what are we gonna do? Oh, it's all right, my bag can float. It's just good peace of mind. And to be honest, I've paid more for bags in the past, like the Osprey backpacks, and I thought, right, they are my bags, they are my go-to bags. However, I think nowadays, this is definitely my pack for expedition international travel, because you don't know what you're going to come up against, you don't know what's going to happen, and this is just so heavy duty, thick material that I think that it will do the job better than the Osprey packs. I mean, I took those Osprey packs on that waterfall adventure I did, climbing up the bloody waterfall. I had to chuck the backpacker just a little bit around, got a little bit of abrasion. Yeah, got many little holes in it now, just from a little bit of abrasion. This one, I chuck this around. I like to be rough with my kit. I don't like to baby it. It's meant to serve a purpose and to be used. So I chuck this around the jungle floor, all sorts, even put it up in trees and everything. And as you can see, it's still got the mud on it and dirtiness. So it can definitely take a hit and it won't puncture easily. Held up very, very well, because obviously you don't want holes in a waterproof pack. Now on the waterproof side, it is waterproof. However, they don't like to say it's 100% waterproof. If you submerged it, the water would slowly work it around the loops and then it would drip in on a very, very slow scale. So that's why they don't like to say 100% waterproof. However, it's gonna float. Water's not gonna get into it unless you bloody like submerge it, you're pinned under a bloody truck, you've bloody driven into the lake. No, that was quite dark. But the pros are is that you can just fit a god awful amount of stuff in this pack. It's 40 litre. However, you could get away with expanding it a bit. If it's just going out in rain and stuff, like say, you could just do 2 rolls. You seal the top, you push out as much air as you want. Sometimes you want to keep a bit of air in there to keep the shape of the bag. You roll it down and then you cinch it tight, and there you go, you're done. It's just so much simpler than all the zips and the pockets and the clips and the stuff like, and you know it's 100% protected from all that dust, debris. Even if like I was going to film in the Sahara Desert, it's just so good to keep your kit away from that stuff, that you can just shove it in and roll it down and done. Now another point on the waterproofing is that it's always user error if you're gonna get wet. You gotta roll it properly. Don't leave some wrinkles or kinks in it, or else it's gonna like be more susceptible, you know, if you drop it in a river or drop it in the sea or something like that. I did do a few little tests before I headed out to Brazil, as I just wanted to make sure that this is the right bag for that trip. And it was a bit of a gamble. Because at first I thought that the straps that connect to the bag, the stitching actually looked like it was actually pulling out slightly, thinking of the worst case scenarios. But then throughout the entire trip, I had literally no problems with it at all. I did check the stitching while I was out there, nothing, no trouble at all. Yeah, so I survived. I didn't get cold because my kit didn't get wet. And I've got a series to show you. The next episode would actually be the Sweden series, just kicking off, getting to a start where I go and camp out in the Swedish wilderness with MCQ Bushcraft. So that's to come next Sunday, which I'm super excited to share with you. And it's just a bag that I thought that I would share with you that you haven't really seen much in the camping community, and I would highly recommend this. It is a scenario bag, it is. Especially if you're like around the coast, definitely have this bag. So as always, I put links to the products in the description, which you can find if you're interested in getting one of these bags or just checking it out a bit further on the website. So thanks for watching, comment down below, stay alive and stay tuned to join the expedition. Thanks guys.